High school. Accumulated grade point averages are calculated. It is my distinct pleasure to announce Adria Steuer. She receives a salutatorian award for her class rank of second in the class of 2009. Also, after 8 semesters of high school, accumulated grade point averages are calculated. It is again my distinct pleasure to present the student who ranks #1 in the class of 2009. I introduce to you Douglas J. Marco. Remember that game? One person standing in the middle, stumbling around with his eyes closed, reaching out and looking like an idiot, while everyone else circled around him, laughed at him, splashed water in his face, until he gave that one final leap and touched somebody, and just gave up. And remember those countless competitions we used to have in the pool when we were younger? We would do handstand competitions, and really just end up knocking each other down with our feet. And we try to see if we can hold their breath longest. Or just hope the other person had their eyes closed so you can cheat and take that extra breath. Those are the days. Back then we could swim and play for hours and have the big smiles on our faces the whole time. But where have those days gone? It's still fun when we go and play, but why don't we play as much? Our society has become a busy one that seems to never be satisfied. As we mature and gain knowledge, we think that we need better ways to be entertained, and we stop playing like we did as children because it is immature. We are afraid that others will look down on us because we look down on other people who act as children do. In our society, we've been taught that grown-up people are supposed to do grown-up things, and in most people's eyes, swinging on the swing set is not exactly an adult activity. But I say, why not? I mean, if you're obviously too big for the swing and it's creaking and shaking before you can sit down, then maybe you don't belong. However, if you can swing, swing. If you can fit on the slide, throw your hands up and enjoy the ride. Don't let the pressures of the media and the adult world deprive you of your innocence. Because though you may be an official adult who has graduated from high school, you are still a kid. You're just a kid that the entertainment world is trying to brainwash by pushing its products on you and forcing you to believe that you must always have something new and improved. And with the incredible technology we have today, it's very easy to get sucked into this philosophy of entertainment. But you know what I think is the most entertaining? Playing those old games that you haven't played forever. Games you used to play when you were 9.5 years old. Those old games, those old video games, may not have the best graphics, but who cares? When my brother comes home from college, you know what game we always play? It's not for the Wii or the Xbox 360. It's Game Day 99 for the original PlayStation. Yeah, that game's 10 years old, and yeah, the players dive unrealistically about 10-15 yards when they go to make a tackle, but we love it. We can still talk trash and be competitive, just like we did when we were in elementary school. I may be 18 and you may be 20, but when we sit in front of that TV, we're just two little kids having the time of our lives. You don't have to give it to society to have fun. Always wanting more and always looking for the newest, coolest thing is not nearly as fulfilling as the spontaneous fun we used to have when we were little. So what about you? What amused you when you were a kid? When's the last time you jumped into a big pile of leaves without worrying about cleaning it up later? Or when was the last time you played with Silly Putty or Play-Doh? Are you really too old to make a flop look like something cool? I think not. I know I used to play with Legos all the time. But I've got to admit, I haven't played with those things in years. My excuse? I don't have the time anymore. Well, I'm here today to tell you and myself that that is a bunch of baloney. We've got to make time for fun, or else we will go insane. The only thing you have to look out for is how you're having fun. As people grow older, they turn away from that pure innocent time and turn instead towards those things we learned not to do in our health classes. You know what I'm talking about. Just because you turn 21 doesn't mean you have to go drink to have a good time. I bet having a birthday party at the park or playing kickball with your friends will still be just as fun. And depending on how in shape your friends are, it might be even funnier. My point is this. We have graduated, and now we're moving on into the adult world of our responsibilities. In our society, there's this idea that when you become an adult, you're supposed to do different things to have fun. But isn't an adult really just an older kid? So quit worrying about becoming an adult and living life on your own. And just have that good, pure fun that you had as a child. Be responsible, careful, and hardworking. But remember to relax, smile, and have fun. As teenagers, we're in the summer of our lives. And the sun is always shining, and there's always time for fun. So as you take your next step, please, don't climb down the ladder into the pool like a supposedly mature adult would. Do a cannonball and see if you can make the biggest splash in the world.
Adria, and thank you, Doug. Class of 2009, please stand for the tassel ceremony. Dr. Hinckley, I present the class to you.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Indiana and by the authority of the Metropolitan School District of Warren Township, I now declare would be seated and if you would remain seated until the recessional has been completed.